Hello, manifestors. So, let's talk about 3 detrimental things that you are doing and that are right now, preventing your manifestation from hardening into fact in your 3D reality. And a lot of you are doing it. I hear this every day from my own clients, my own followers, but other people out there that I hear on YouTube and other platforms when I sneak in just to see where people are in their mind. It's very interesting to see and gave me the idea of this very, very needed video. So the number one thing you've got to stop doing, no matter how good it feels, is to tell yourself and other people the old story. I know that victimhood is addictive. I know for a fact. I've been a victim for a very long time before. It's addictive. It's like your worst enemy that you can't help but love. You love that worst enemy of yours. You feel some type of adrenaline or something when you tell the old story. I know this very well because I have people on a daily basis telling me their old story, not just once, but many times, no matter how much I tell them not to do this. To the point that very recently, I created the assumption, I do no longer want clients telling me the old story over and over and not progressing in this flow and not being successful. Well, guess what? The couple of clients that I've got right after I created that assumption had completely shifted on me and became an instant success story. Not that they already had manifested their desire, but my, oh my, they had completely shifted in the state that I know now that their desire manifested is inevitable. That only because I created this assumption, because even because I'm a human being, get so tired of hearing the old story. If I hear it from a new person once, I'm okay with it. But from now on, I refuse to hear your old story more than once. And if you are a client of mine and you know you've been telling me the old story for a while now, well, that's not going to be acceptable anymore. That's it. I'm done with this. So I got so tired of this, I created that assumption and boom, it already manifested in my world. So why don't you do the same thing? Why don't you start assuming that the old story is dead for good because you killed it, you erased it, you canceled it, whatever you want to call it. And from now on, no matter how good it felt to tell the old story, right? Because we love that victim state. No matter how good it felt, you decide, okay, do I have more love and attachment for the new story that I want or the old? If you're still telling the old story, I'm telling you right now, you have more attachment to the old than you have desire for the new, right? So be honest with yourself. That's what it means. But if you make the decision, no, I want to have more love for my new story than I do my old, then you are going to dump that old story once and for all for good and start telling yourself the new, no matter how much it has not appeared yet in your physical world. We don't care about that. It needs to start inside. Your new story will never manifest if it doesn't start inside first. So that's number one. Stop all the excuses that you have to tell the old story one more time yet again and start telling yourself the new from now on. Number two, please stop saying, I feel delusional. I made a short video just a few days ago about this. Please, every time I hear this, oh my God, I get so mad. Why do you feel delusional about a world that is not even real? And that's even scientifically proven. This world that you think is so hard to the touch and so real is not. It's all made up. It's a construct of your consciousness, right? It's made up. It's not real. I promise you, it's not as real as you think it is. So why do you feel delusional about a world that is already not real? You know? Come on. If you don't have any faith in the spiritual sense of the law, check out scientific proof. I just finished a book from a guy who obviously knows the law, even though he uses different terminology than Neville used to use or that we use in the manifesting community. It's obvious he knows the law. And at the beginning of the book, he's using scientific proof to tell you that this world is all an illusion, as Neville said it was. So why you feel delusional about your own freaking dream, right? You don't have to. So if you still feel delusional, it means you don't know this law enough. So study Neville more. Study even scientific proof that is telling you that this world is not real. So you will stop feeling delusional about what, by the way? Think about it. You are feeling delusional about manifesting simple things that people have manifested for thousands of years, like a relationship, like a specific person, like a lot of money, like the perfect job, like doing exactly what you want, like health. Those are not uncommon things, guys. So if your little ego right now is telling you that those things are big, they're so big that you feel delusional by imagining that you have them, really go back to square one and please start reading Neville as a start, really. Start there. I think that the reason why you feel this way, you have not learned this law from the source. And one of the very good sources, it's Neville's work. I hope you're not learning the law only from YouTube, from coaches. Learn the law from one of its good sources, which is Neville. Because really, if you feel delusional from having your desire, no matter what your desire is, I know it's just a human desire, so there is nothing to be delusional about. But if you do feel delusional, it's because your foundations have not been built yet. And to become a good conscious manifester, you should build a solid foundation of this law. A lot of the questions that I see out there are questions that are proof, so to speak, that whoever asks those questions, they don't have a solid foundation in the law. And as long as you don't, well, you are going to feel lost, you are going to feel that you have no faith, you are going to feel that you are delusional, and so on and so forth. So build that foundation really by reading good source material about the law, and you're not going to be as lost as you are, as doubtful as you are, or feeling as delusional as you do. And also, last but not least, when you have a solid foundation in this law, when you hear all kind of BS by some people on YouTube, right? Some so-called coaches that are saying things that are not true. If you have a good foundation in the law, you are going to know that it's not true. So therefore, you're not going to fall into their trap, into their lies. Maybe they don't even intend to lie, but they are believing a lie, and then they spread it on YouTube and other social media. So when you have a good foundation for yourself, you don't have to fall for that. That's going to be very helpful and time-saving for you guys, I promise you. And that leads us to our number 3 thing that you've got to stop, which is quitting negative assumptions. Assumptions that are not helping you to manifest your desire. One of which is that you have to heal to manifest You don't have to heal from anything. You can make the decision right now that you are perfectly fine, that you are perfectly healed, that you are okay, and that you can be and have anything that you want right now. In your imagination, anyway, in your inner man, when you go in imagination, there's no such thing as a person that needs to heal. While that may be some coaches' teaching, that's not what the law teaches, that you need to heal to manifest your desire. The law doesn't teach that. Because the state where you are not healed, whether it's an emotional issue, whether it's a physical issue, that's a state, right? So the moment you decide to quit that state where you were so-called not healed, you are healed, right? I have 2 clients recently that have just completely shifted from whatever state they were in, where they thought they had a problem, or maybe they did because they were in that state, right? But the moment they shifted into another state, whatever problem existed in that state did not exist a week later in that other state they were in. You get that? So please, guys, quit listening to coaches who want to heal you more than they want to empower you, to help you understand that you are the operant power and that you have the power to shift from a state where you were a mess, maybe, to a state where you are completely healed, completely okay, and completely ready to manifest your desire and keep it. The next time you feel that you have to heal, or you hear someone telling you that you have to heal, remember this quote from Neville. Most men are totally unaware of the creative power of imagination and invariably bow before the dictates of facts and accepts life on the basis of the world without. But when you discover this creative power within yourself, you will boldly assert the supremacy of imagination and put all things in subjection to it. So, as Neville says here, when you discover the creative power within yourself, which is imagination, and you put all things in subjection to it, you can create or uncreate anything that you want, right? So when you feel that you have a problem that you need to heal, all you need to do is go within and imagine that you are healed. You do not need to go through a process in the 3D world. You just imagine that you are healed. You imagine it over and over. You can also affirm it if you want. The point is, you convince yourself from within that you are who you want to be already. And you do it over and over until you feel that you are. And the moment you feel that you are is what we call a shift. In that moment, you are going to shift. Therefore, it means that you're not going to be in the state that you used to be in, which is the state where you were having a problem that you needed to heal. Because in that other state that you just shifted into, that person that needed to be healed is no longer. All the states already exist. And the state where you are perfect, the state where you already have your desire, already exists. You just have to shift into them. You don't have to heal. You don't have to fix things. You don't have to fix problems. You just leave them behind in the old state. The more you understand how easy this law is, the more you accept it, the more you impress your mind, your subconscious mind, with the fact that it's easy to shift, that it's easy to manifest your desire because it's already yours to start with, the faster you are going to manifest your desire. So remember those 3 things that you have to leave behind for good. Dump it for good. telling yourself the old story, feeling that you are delusional, and believing that you have to heal to manifest your desire. Those three things are very, very common in the community of manifestors, conscious manifestors, and this is why so many people are not manifesting their desires. So stop doing that, and you'll see how things will change for you. Thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.